It's been a few months since my last video, and as you can see, things are a bit messy right now. I hope you'll forgive me for not having a better background for this video. Um, Things are messy right now because I'm getting my things together and packed for the move. Our next hearing is in mid-January, and that's when I'll find out how long I have to pack my entire life into some cardboard boxes and move out of the only home I've had for the last 10 years. I've been trying to consolidate all of my belongings in one room so that it's easier to pack them up when the time comes, hence the mess. The other day, I sorted through our library space and packed all the books that belonged to me. It took up 15 banker's boxes. By the time I was done packing all those books up, three of our five bookshelves were empty. Most of those books are about how to be a good housewife. That whole tactic didn't work out, obviously. I hadn't realized that I had so many books. I also have a big pile of books to donate too. The good thing is I get to bring two tall bookshelves with me when I move, so hopefully I'll have enough space to display all of my books once I get out of the house. The plan right now is to move in with a friend of mine who has a three-bedroom house. He's in the third bedroom, and the boys and I can take up the other two. It's only for a year or two while I get my feet under me, but I am intensely grateful for the opportunity. He's also renting them to us for super cheap. In our area, it's hard to find a two-bedroom apartment for under $1,200 a month, and I'd never be able to afford that on my own. So I'm glad he's giving me a steep discount. We'll be doing odd jobs around the house to be able to earn our keep, too. Repairing things and cleaning and cooking and stuff like that. Stuff I probably would have done anyway, honestly. It's also super nice to know that when the boys are with their dad for visitation, I won't be stuck in an empty house or an empty apartment, and that my friend will be right there with me to help keep me safe. It's a comfort to me that I won't be alone when the boys are gone. I still don't have a job. It's been something like a year searching for one, and I've had no luck. I've put in 364 applications and gotten 6 interviews, two of which actually turned out to be scams. Luckily, I caught the scams in time before I gave them any money, but it was very demoralizing to realize that I'd gotten mixed up with them to begin with. They take advantage of people who desperately need work, and I think that's awful. Thankfully, there is some light on the horizon. My soon to be ex partner will be refinancing the house in his name and buying out my portion of the equity, so I'll have a little money to live off of for the near future. It's only going to last me about a year at the most, even if I budget very carefully, but I'll have to be very careful about my spending. But it's something, you know. That equity means that I'll be able to move out and provide a life for myself and the kids, and I'm glad for it. Some of you know how much I've struggled with depression over the years. I recently got accepted to our local hospital's treatment program, and I've joined a therapy group and I'm receiving TMS to take care of the depression. TMS stands for transcranial magnetic stimulation, and that basically means that they aim a special machine at a certain part of my head, and then it zaps the neurons into operating properly. It really does work too. I'm about halfway through the treatment and I feel less depressed now than I have in years. So that's a huge blessing. If you struggle with depression too, you might want to see if you can get into a TMS program in your area. Obviously, I'm not a medical professional or anything like that, so don't take my word as law or anything. Do your research. I'm only sharing what worked for me. It's been 7 months since I started testosterone, and this is my voice now. Sometimes I forget to speak in a range that's comfortable for me, and my voice cracks, and my throat hurts, and it feels awful. So I have to remember to pitch my voice down to a place that's comfortable. Um, it's gotten pretty deep compared to what I started with. I used to sing semi professionally when I was younger, and I had a lot of grief for the fact that I can't sing the high notes anymore. I used to be able to reach from mezzo soprano all the way down to a deep contralto, which is a pretty wide range. and now my voice just cracks and my throat hurts when I try to reach those higher notes. So, after a little bit of research and talking to the voice director for my church, I discovered that my voice range is now baritone bass, and I can sing notes that are way lower than I used to be able to reach before. It feels really nice when my voice rumbles in my chest as I hit those notes, and I really like that. Sometimes it feels alien when I hear my own voice. It's really strange because the sounds I used to make, I can't make anymore, and now I make new sounds. And I hear it mostly when I grunt or I hum to myself. I don't really notice a difference in my voice when I'm speaking, just in the weird little sounds that we make, like when I cough or laugh or scream. I expect to hear one sound, but I hear another, and it's a little jarring. Um, my body has been changing too, which is interesting to witness. They say that taking testosterone causes a second puberty, and it very much feels that way. I don't notice very many emotional changes aside from the testosterone making me feel more stable and more normal. I was told there'd be aggression and an increased libido, but I haven't noticed either of those to be a problem for me. If anything, I feel less aggression than I did before I started the tea, which kind of makes me laugh. But my body has definitely changed. For example, I have a lot more hair, and in a lot more places than I thought hair could grow. I'll save you most of the gory details, but suffice it to say that I thought I'd get to stop shaving when I started tea, and that was a lie. I have to shave my face something like 2 or 3 times a week just to keep the stubble from getting out of hand. My legs look like Sasquatch legs. I have hair on my hands now, which is strange and exciting. My arm hair is filling out and darkening. It's really interesting to watch it happen. It practically happens overnight. I'm also a lot more greasy than I used to be, and the grease forms in weird places. I kind of expected my face to get greasier because that's what was told would happen, but my back and shoulders got greasy too. And now if I don't take a shower at least every other day, I feel like a giant slug just greasing everywhere. It's yuck. My hair gets greasy and looks a mess and sticks up all over the place. My face gets greasy to the point where I'll rub my eyes in the morning and my eyelids will actually feel slick. I did not expect any of that. And grease forms in other spots on my body that I will not tell you about. I super didn't expect that, and that's a whole nother adventure to discuss. Thankfully, I use really good soap and the grease comes off in the shower, but I still think it's super gross and I don't like it. I've been told that that grease thing will even out once I'm on testosterone long enough, so I am eagerly awaiting the day. I'm in that in between place where my gender is concerned. I don't necessarily feel male, and I don't know that I feel female. I'm told that that means that I'm transmasculine, non binary, but that one doesn't feel right either, and I know I'm not a they. So honestly, I don't know what I am. I feel like a female that just happens to need to take tea in order to be okay, and who prefers being called Robert and being referred to as he, him. Is that a thing? I don't know. It doesn't matter. I am who I am, and I'm in the process of accepting that about myself. I've been thinking a lot about maps lately. For a long time, I had this map for my life that told me exactly where I was supposed to go and who I was supposed to be. It told me the details of the mountain that I had to climb in my life. I had guidelines for how to exist, and they made me feel safe, even though they suffocated me at the same time. But then the terrain changed. Or maybe I just finally saw the terrain for what it really was. I'm not sure what happened and when that happened. One day I woke up and I realized I couldn't exist in those guidelines anymore. I couldn't follow the established map anymore. I used to think that if the map didn't match the terrain, I must have broken something or done something wrong. It was my fault if the map didn't match the terrain, not the map's fault. But I'm learning that when the map doesn't fit the terrain, the map is wrong, not the mountain it maps. The mountain doesn't move just because the map is wrong. So I'm painting again after a long stint of not putting any color on canvas. I'm using golds and some greens for new growth and some navy for the shadows of the mountain. No black, because black is a color of mourning and it's a dour color, and I'm not a dour person anymore. I'm just trying to be myself, Robert, the artist and the parent, and I'm letting the rest of the labels settle wherever they may. Thanks for being here. I'll check in again at some point in the future. I don't think I'm capable of keeping an upload schedule, but I felt bad about not updating you guys in months. Maybe my next video will be months from now too, or maybe it'll be next week. I don't know. But I'm happy that you've watched this video if you've made it all the way to the end. I hope wherever you are, whoever you are, whatever you're doing with yourself, that you're happy and healthy and free. Feel free to leave a comment below if anything I've said in this video resonated with you. And if you leave a mean comment, please know that I'm praying for you. I'm praying that one day you can accept those things about yourself that you can't even look at now. I'm praying that you can feel the kind of joy that I feel and know yourself the way that I know myself. I know that you're commenting out of pain and out of fear of what you keep hidden in the dark recesses of your soul. And it's okay. I forgive you for that. I forgive you for hating me. It's not your fault that you can't be honest with yourself. But I hope one day that you're able to be, because authenticity is worth it. It's worth it to be who you really are instead of who the map tells you to be. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and thanks for watching.